This month's tour is of the Volunteer Park Conservatory in Seattle. My name is Peach, and I'll be giving you your tour. This facility is run by the Seattle Parks Department. The facility was built for both plant preservation and deep relaxation. The conservatory has 5 houses, including the Bromeliad house, the Palm house, which is the tallest one, including the dome, which is called a lunette window or peacock window above the main entry. Other rooms include the Fern house, the Cactus house, and a seasonal display house. I'll also be showing you some photos from the Propagation house, which is not open to visitors. It's really warm inside the greenhouses. It's typically about 72 degrees and very nice temperature for mostly tropical plants. I'd like to introduce you to some of the staff. The Friends Board has been instrumental in doing the renovations and leading educational programming.
Hi, I'm Lou April. I'm a staff member with the Friends of the Conservatory, and we help promote programming and the conservation of the conservatory. Thank you so much for joining us for this tour today.
My name is Lydia Lund, and I'm a gardener here at the Volunteer Park Conservatory, and we're going to take you on a tour today.
This is the inside of one of the main houses, and what you can see here underneath the plant tables are some large pipes. These are steam heat that comes out from a large burner and maintains the temperature at about 72 degrees here in the greenhouses. The temperature is conducted by opening and shutting windows for ventilation. The conservatory is home to 2 plants that are more than 75 years old, a sago palm in the palm room and a jade tree in the cactus room. This facility is also home to multiple coniferous plants. Some of the plants are a kind of rescue plants because it's an official U.S. Fish and Wildlife Plant Rescue Center.
So the seasonal house is interesting because even though a lot of these plants are really recognizable, the timing that they bloom is different than it would out of doors. And a lot of these plants we have temperature controlled greenhouses in the back so that we can cause them to bloom earlier than they might inside.
Next, we'll be heading into the cactus house. These are plants like cactus and euphorbia and others that are adapted to dry, full sun, drought, and other extreme temperatures.
People love this room, I think, because this is full of plants that you can't really see here. In fact, one of our docents was telling me that there's only one cacti that grows in Washington State, native to here. One thing that's really amazing about the cacti is that these spines they have are actually modified leaves, and they serve the purpose not just of protecting the plant from grazing, but of creating shade in the really harsh climates that they are native to. And something that I think is really amazing, if you notice they all have this sort of accordion shape, and it's really obvious in the barrel cactus. So cacti have all kinds of amazing adaptations because they live in such harsh environments. Barrel cactus can survive years of drought because they're shaped in this sort of accordion way. And that way, when it does rain, they can fill up with water. And over time, through the droughts, they slowly contract and compact without harming the plant. They're also shaped this way because the spines and hair help it to catch mist and dew, and then that water drips down into these crevices that become almost like little rivers that help water the base of the plant.
These cacti come from all over the world and are in various sizes, colors, adaptations. This Hollandia procera is called lemur food because they can actually live amongst the spines, eating the leaves. Spines on this cactus are modified leaves. Different sizes include large and small. The agave has many different varieties. The Horticultural window pane cactus actually absorbs light. These little fuzzy hairs look safe, but they have spines. And here we have a flowering cactus. Next up is the palm house, which is also the main house.
Here we are in the palm house, the largest room in the conservatory. Here we can have our bigger plants that can go up to 25 feet, and the top of the building is even higher. It's based off of the Crystal Palace, one of the original Victorian style greenhouses. Obviously we have palms in here, we have lots of different types of anthuriums, occasionally we'll have bananas, different types of ginger, and we have our orchid collection, which is really special. It was donated by Anna Kleiss in 1921. This is the newest addition to the conservatory. It's called the Cycad taiwanensis, and the UW greenhouse donated it to us. This one in particular is probably, at least 80 years old. Some cycads have been known to live almost 1,000 years, and they're called living fossils, in part because they were around during the time of the dinosaurs.
palm house contains a lot of variety of plants, including ones that we see for sale as houseplants or possibly when we go on a tropical vacation. They're a little bit harder to grow in our homes because we don't have the right amount of humidity and warm temperature combination. They sure are beautiful to see here, though.
Distracted by how beautiful, and they're like a paintbrush, but they have this special cellular structure at the base of them that curls the leaves closed or open based on the light available.
What color is the backside of the leaf?
It's purple.
It's purple.
Yeah. We've got in there from a family Maranta, which is also called prayer plants.
Okay.
And that's why they're called prayer plants, is because of this structure that closes the plant at night.
After the palm house and its wide variety, we're coming upon the fern house, which contains also a large variety of plants and quite a few of their flowering tropicals.
This is where we have most of our flowering tropicals that we rotate through. So the exciting thing about this room is that the benches are always changing and we're always bringing in whatever's in bloom from our propagation house.
So you said this is Mexican breadfruit, and it does become edible when it's ripe, but when it's not ripe, it's very caustic,
Yeah, poisonous.
poisonous. And we're standing right next to this nice little waterfall, all these ferns and other plants that are loving the dripping water.
Yeah, I love to turn it on and know when I'm working.
So the plants that you have surrounding this seem to really be water lovers. Is that true?
Right, most of them are epiphytic plants. Tropical pitcher plant.
We're now entering the Bromeliad house, which has a variety of plants, including epiphytes, which live off of air. The bromeliads really love water, but they also like good drainage. They do best when they have water in the morning and they have the day to dry out in order to do some respiration. What's unique about this greenhouse is that they put a whitewash on the windows in the summertime in order to keep the house cooler, as well as providing some shade for these plants. The bromeliads like some sun, but really more filtered light.
Here we are in the Bromeliad house, and we have all kinds of bromeliads in here. Some you might have heard of for pineapple, and we've even got a pineapple blooming. This is a variegated pineapple, and that is the fruiting body there.
So eventually, that would be an edible fruit?
So eventually it would.
It's just the flower right now, right? That's why it's so pink, because we don't see that when we get a pineapple. We see the fruit that forms.
And then we have all of these tillandsias, which are a type of bromeliad that grow as epiphytes on trees.
So how is a bromeliad different from some of the other plants that we've seen?
So bromeliads, they have several different forms. One of the main differences is that they don't get their nutrients through an extensive root system. They have adapted other ways where they collect water and detritus. And then air plants actually get their nutrients through the air. So minerals in dust, they can capture that, and also moisture in the air. They have these special adapted cells.
An added bonus is the propagation house, which is behind the main conservatory buildings. And this is not open to the public, but it is the place where they take care of propagating and plants that are not in season and maybe saved for a later display. The conservatory should be open to the public soon, so keep an eye on the website in case you want to see the place in person.